Hello, my name is Lance Dahl. This is for Grand Canyon University LDR-620 Strategic Plan. The Spokane Fire Department Strategic Plan, company level inspections. During a SWOT analysis of the Spokane Fire Prevention Department and the Spokane Fire Department, we discovered many strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to the fire department and the program. By running this analysis, we came up with several issues that may need to be corrected in the fire department down the road. The first goal we came up with after the SWOT analysis and from a recent Insurance Rating Bureau inspection for the City of Spokane led us to the goal that I'm going to discuss today. Here's our Spokane Fire Department goal: develop a fire company level commercial building fire safety inspection program that will help lower the City of Spokane's insurance rating from a level 3 to a level 2 by inspecting all commercial buildings on an annual basis. Completion for training, public education, and implementation of the program is 12 months. Our strategy map for company level inspections is as follows. We've looked at our learning growth as perspective for the fire department, internal processes perspective on how we're going to process the plan and the steps we need to do internally to have a successful application of a company level inspection program. The customer's perspective, so when we go out and into the community and look at what we're giving the community in terms of this inspection program, not only helping sell the program to the community, in that especially for the business community, it's going to help lower the insurance ISO rating, which will then let the businesses see a lower insurance rate that they end up paying once we get there. It also will help us identify any safety issues out in our community and our commercial buildings, whether it be hazardous materials, hazardous processes, maybe dangerous buildings that aren't properly sprinkled or identified as a substandard building or something of that nature. And then our shareholders' perspectives, that value to the taxpayer in the end, the value to the public served in making our commercial buildings and structures safer for the general public that does business there. So how do we implement this plan? Management tactics will use something similar to management by means, single-use plans, contingency plans to ensure that each functional unit can meet the deadlines set. So how will we attack this strategy plan and implement it? Management will use things such as management by means, single-use and contingency plans that ensure each functional unit can meet the deadlines that we set in the program, with the end deadline of having full completion and implementation of training and starting the inspection process within the next 12 months. In order for the groups to be fully operational, a planning team needs to be put together of stakeholders from management, operations, the Fire Prevention Bureau, the Fire Department Training Division, and union leadership to make sure that we can get this plan off the ground, and that leadership across the board of all the functional units from the chief on down have a coalition that is formed and have an ownership in the plan as we go to sell this to the crews out there that are going to be doing the heavy lifting and doing the individual inspections. Leadership strategies as we put this together really come down to more of a classical model. We know what the problem is. We know the city is deficient in commercial building inspections. We are not in every commercial building in the city of Spokane in a 12-month period, which ends up being almost a 10 or 12% hit by itself in a lowering in a higher rating in our insurance rating from the Washington State's Rating Bureau. The political model will also need to be considered to be used as we're going to be working out in the public, trying to sell this plan that hasn't been attempted before in the city of Spokane in years, as far as getting into every commercial building on an inspection, fire inspection basis. We're going to have to draw in that political strategy dealing with our city council and our strong mayor form of government to help them realize the importance of the safety aspects in implementing this plan. Coalition building between the managers of the functional units, prevention, training, operations, and the chief level. By forming this coalition, this leadership coalition, will hopefully gel the people together in a like-mindedness in pursuing this new goal. Historically, the operations division, the people that respond to EMS and fire calls, have thought that fire prevention was not necessarily their responsibility. That's somebody else's responsibility. It falls to the small prevention bureau with only about 5 inspectors, and that, of course, is not really a team player. So we need to sell this to operations division and make sure that the fire crews really see the benefit out there in this company level fire safety inspection program. Good, clear, concise communication is going to be very important as we discuss this amongst ourselves as functional unit heads and as change agents, as those functional heads and administration are going to be change agents in the implementation of this plan. Everybody needs to be delivering the same message from the top down. Downward communication will be used to instill the goals, the plan, and the rationale for delivering the new service, and a horizontal communication plan really between the functional groups on how we implement this service and what we need to do to be successful. Informal communication will need to be watched also. It's been said through time, telephone, telegraph, telefireman. The grapevine is alive and well in the fire service between the fire stations and the shifts. So it's going to be really important to monitor that informal communication process between the stations and make sure that the people are communicating accurate information to each other and making sure that if the company officers are hearing inaccurate information, that they're getting the proper information out to the crews on the plan and the strategy implementation and eventually into the training portion of the plan when we train the individual crews to go out and do the company level inspections and pass on what they find as far as deficiencies to the Fire Prevention Bureau and let them do the heavy lifting if there are deficiencies that are found out there in these buildings. So as leaders, we need to have good listening skills. We need to have good hard and soft communication skills. We need to effectively communicate our ideas in this implementation of our company level inspection program. We need to have open and inclusive communication with everybody. We need to be able to listen to what the crews are saying as we implement the program, and be able to, as we run into issues out there doing the building inspections, we need to be able to listen to the crews and hopefully change things on the fly or go back to the drawing board once we've implemented the plan if we find that there are some issues that we need to work around as a crew. So clear, concise communication will lead to the successful implementation of the program with buying in and understanding by the Spokane Fire Department's people that are going to be involved in this process. So that's our initial outlook at the plan, some of the points we need to look at. Thank you very much for listening.